I know I've met many of you, whether it's been coming in to tour here at one of our musical events or at the hospital clinic when it opened at the grand opening. However, so I am the director here, and a couple things about Rock Island. So it is privately owned by Chris and Anastasia Foster. Many of you know the Fosters. And many of you obviously are familiar with what this building looked like. And so I think that it speaks volumes what they were able to do. They had a vision of repurposing instead of just going out and building your standard assisted living. They had a vision to repurpose an old building, and I feel like there's no better way than what they did because they brought this building back to life. And it's lit up and it's nice at night and it's warm and it's inviting, and I think that that alone speaks volumes for what we offer here at this building. We are a 48-bed community. 12 of those beds are memory care, so they are for dementia and or Alzheimer's residents. It is a secured environment, but there are activities, meals, pretty much anything you see up here is also back there as well. And we are very individualized in our care plans, so if we have residents back there that are able to come up and be with our residents here, involved in activities and their meals or events that we're having, then we bring them up with the help of staff. Because that's what we're about, is quality of life here, and I think our residents right here would say that we work very hard at providing that quality of life. This is not a place where it's sad, and I don't think any of you feel that institutional feel that you feel in many communities, because that's not what this is. This is a home for us to be at, and for people to come together and have a good quality of life, and that's what's important, and that's really what our goal was. We have a rigorous activities program. Gail, our social worker, right over here, Gail, she spends a lot of time researching and looking into activities that benefit various things. So I think one of the things we do resident council, so we meet with residents and they tell us, well, this wasn't good, or this was good, or we'd like to see this. So we instituted or are working on building a program for like wood shop. So we're gonna have an area where people can make, like the little wooden sprint cars, or do some planing, things that, things people would have done years ago in their life. We want to offer that now. That shouldn't be taken away from them if we can still provide them that kind of experience in their life. Our meals are fantastic. We have an excellent cooking staff. All the food is fresh. You will not find kind of that mystery meat, if you will. If you've been in a skilled environment, you know what I'm talking about. That was one of our goals, and we spent a rigorous amount of time researching and finding the proper company to work with that would provide us that kind of food. And the cooks, they make things homemade. I was in the kitchen on Thanksgiving Day, and she made homemade noodles, which was just, I haven't had homemade noodles since I was a girl with my mom, and I mean, they're delicious. And that's the things we offer. We want the food to be good. We want people to come in and visit and eat with their families. As far as activities going out, last night, the residents went out on the bus to Laurie to the lights down there, and then came back through Versailles. So we try to offer outings as much as we possibly can. Now, they don't always work out, but we do the best we can. We'll plan some more things for after the first of the year in the spring as well. We work with the hospitals, and that's kind of the key piece that I'm trying to work on, is that we can be utilized in discharge planning for same-day discharges. So for a resident that maybe has been having frequent falls and they end up in the ER for a fall, but they're not qualified to stay for a 3 midnight stay for Medicare requirements, we're kind of that place. So they can come here and live, and we can have a home health company come in and provide therapy, whether it's physical, occupational, whatever the case may be, they can still come here. This can still be their home, and we can still provide that care. We've had several success stories that residents that were same-day discharges that have come here and ended up staying. We also offer respite. Respite is short-term stays. So I think it's a nice piece to Eldon because I'm pretty sure nobody else offers it here in town. And what respite is it's when family members have a loved one that cannot live alone and they live with them full-time. But say, for example, a family has a wedding or somewhere they need to be, but the loved one's not well enough to travel. They can come and stay with us for that time. We'll ensure that they're given their medications, they're getting their meals, their rooms are fully furnished for those stays. So we had a respite that came and decided that she didn't want to go home. She liked it here. And so she ended up staying. And I think that those will continue to grow as well. Our memory care is what we're most proud of. Gail and I both come from a memory care background. And I think it's so important that people get that quality of life still. I just went to a gerontology conference yesterday in Columbia talking about the innovation with music and memory care, and I think that we need to, we'll actually look forward to becoming more innovative with music and how it brings recall back. Just because these people have some memory issues does not mean that they're not people or that they cannot be communicated with, because that's just simply not the case. So we pride ourselves on working on any innovation that's going to bring quality of life to the future of these residents. So with that being said, does anybody have any questions? Okay, so if you would like to take a tour, I'm going to be doing a tour. Gail can also give a tour. Just catch up with either one of us and we'll be happy to give you a tour of the building. 48,000 square feet is the building, and as you notice, our beautiful grass is green when everything else is not. And that is such a highlight to go out to see, because when it's cold and miserable and all the leaves are gone, we have green, and that's really nice. That's a Southern California touch. So brought to our little town of Eldon. So thank you so much, and enjoy the coffee and enjoy the donuts, and please let us know if you need anything.